So
how many romance scenes are there that you remember? Because I've seen heaps already, and I love the
17,000.
dialogue. God, it's funny. I tell you what, some of it, but it's brilliantly written. And you're trying to kiss her, and she's like, "I'm going to burn your lips off. You better watch."
And some people are like, I'm down for that. And you
Yeah.
know what? This is the spoiler. Some people are like, I tried throwing ice at her, but it just killed her. Yeah, you did like a freezing spell on Karlach and you murdered her for love.
Oh,
Or like people
God.
are like, I'm not sure you can die kissing her, but I think they missed a trick there if you can't.
Oh, man. Yeah. How many? Is that the only one? I mean, is there more than that? What are we talking about here?
You've seen the dates because that was on Panel from Hell.
Yeah.
She's a little bit frustrated. She's ready to go. I mean, it's interesting because I don't know how much is a different tree or if it's a retake or what, but we had lots of different versions of like how she felt about the enforced celibacy. And there was this whole thing of like, back in the day I used to get about, and I've never been on a date, and I'm not very well, we could die tomorrow, so let's go. There's that version, and then there's the version of she didn't have a one-nighter with the character on the first night. They're not in a polyamorous thing, which you can totally do. Like there's all I don't know. And I mean the good thing is it doesn't really matter. It's just, for me it's like parallel universes. I'm not counting them up. I would be interested though. I'd be interested to see if you can like have an ongoing romantic relationship with any of these characters, or if they're just one-off cinematic scenes. I don't know. I'm sure that video is being compiled as we speak.
Yeah, I'm sure of it. A couple of my friends are on it. The
fighting and the loving, they were done by specialists in the Guildford office. I think that's really important to say, because I think people think
specialists. What do you mean specialists?
They will be in a room together playing off each other. If there's a Larian video from a while back where there's, if you pause at the right point, they have a storyboard with all the sex scene positions. And I was like, yeah, well, we didn't do that. That was the poor fuckers in Guildford had to do all that. And for the different heights, Dan. Different heights. So yeah. So if you see Karlach running and stuff or having sex, and that is someone else did that. I didn't do that. Yeah, it's always nice to get the crash.
What about doing the voice acting over that? Is there voice acting over that? Is there noises?
So so what I'm saying is she's running and not saying anything, definitely Guildford. If she's running and saying something, combination of me and Guildford. Like the way it was set up for me to stand still, and I couldn't walk around, couldn't do anything. Like there was a very specific discipline. And I've also never done mocap before. I've had no training, nothing. Wow. Which is where I think it's fair to say that the theatre training came in hugely at this point. Just hugely, because that's black box. Let's pretend, make this real, and I can do all that and wear the stupid suit, and not be self-conscious about that. That's all there ready to go. I say any theatre actor that's thinking of doing games, please do them, because I think you will take to it like a duck to water. Oh god, and we had like movement people as well, like movement directors. That's quite unusual in games. So they work in theatre primarily, and they're there to interpret the physical language of the play, right? Otherwise the actors just sort of stand still. So with Karlach, it was Karlach. So Karlach's 7 foot tall, and I don't really know what she looks like because either that's not been finished or NDAs or whatever.
Yeah.
And so working with them, we found that physicality. So it's things like, I'm quite small and full of energy, so I flap around, but with a 7 foot barbarian, it's going to look really weird, right? I get it. Yeah. And then it is the language of that. So if I've been using the same gesture, they'll go, do you want to mix it up? Or sometimes I just couldn't find the gesture. I want to tell the story without words. And that's why I'm very on this, because, we're referred to as voice actors, and it's like, not sure about that anymore. There is that physicality, and you can't put it all in the voice. It's not all in the voice. You are absolutely telling the story with the body. And what happens when you lie and you look away and all that sort of, you can't do that. You do that differently vocally if it's pure vocals. So yeah, I want to give a shout out to all the movement people, particularly Gabriel H. Donner, who works in drama schools and all sorts. So we had just had that vocabulary from the start. We just knew what each other were talking about.
Do you, when you